In the fading light, the figures moved as one. Their silhouette dark and stark against the vibrant hues of the world around them. The sky above was washed in deep purples and streaks of magenta, as if the heavens themselves had been torn open and bled colour into the atmosphere. The ground beneath their feet glowed with the warm, earthy tones of ochre and lemon yellow, reflecting a light that seemed unnatural, as if it came from some distant, unseen source. They walked in silence, hypnotized by a command that pulsed through their minds, an extraterrestrial force that had stripped them of their will. Their individuality was long gone, erased like brushstrokes, smoothed over by an unseen hand. They were shadows now, black figures cutting through a landscape drenched in color, moving towards the distant city. The buildings, barely more than distant outlines, stood like ghosts on the horizon, waiting for them. The city called, and they obeyed. The palette around them was alive, almost too alive. Purples swirling into yellows, streaks of magenta, flickering like unnatural flames, licking at the edges of the world. The air itself seemed to hum with color, as if the light was blending and refracting in strange ways. This was not the world they had known, but a reality twisted by forces beyond their understanding. The vibrant hues should have felt warm, comforting even, but instead they only heightened the sense of something wrong, something alien. The figures, though dressed in darkness, moved without hesitation, their forms stark against the vivid landscape, walking towards the city. It rose in the distance, its blue outlines bathed in fading light. Felt both inviting and menacing, as though it offered a sanctuary that came with a price. The figures did not question it. They could not. The command that drove them forward was absolute. They moved not of their own volition, but as part of a grander design, one shaped by an intelligence they could not see or understand. As they marched, the colors around them seemed to shift and ripple. As though the very fabric of reality was warping under the influence of the force that had taken hold of their minds. The purples deepened, yellows brightened, and magenta light seemed to pulse like the beating of an invisible heart, reminding them that their journey was not their own. The alien presence that controlled them was everywhere, in the colors, in the air, in the very ground beneath their feet. In the distance, the city's lights began to flicker. The figures grew closer, black silhouettes against a world on the edge of something unknowable. As they approached, the feeling of unease grew. What lay within the city was a mystery. But one thing was certain. Once they crossed the threshold, there would be no turning back.